Alguém que tá no chat chegou a jogar esse Super Hydlide?
Ter visto, por exemplo, foi que o Anglo Videogame Nerd fez um vídeo sobre o Super Hydlide. No caso, ele mostrou o Super Hydlide e um jogo que é...
So this is Super Hydlide. It's actually the best Hydlide game, which is a low bar somewhere to super.
Vou deixar você com os comentários. Boa sorte, Tassini.
It's you're going to see, it's not an 8-bit game, but it definitely doesn't look like a 16-bit game. It's actually a Sega Genesis game, despite.
Então vamos lá, Super Hydlide é um port de Hydlide 3. É um RPG de ação.
So is it capital I then lowercase TS?
Não muito bom. Aliás, não muito bom é uma hipérbole.
So like, and then is DO all caps?
It's just DO, D capital, and then I.
Alright, so
lowercase.
Okay.
There it is.
It was I.
It's okay. There we go. So we are gonna roll a bit for 14 health. This is actually really important. Even though the monk has the lowest health, we actually need high health.
E desculpa se meu comentário soa atrasado, porque a minha internet está uma caca. Agora eu não sei se é a minha internet ou se é o meu computador. E começou. No caso aí, a primeira coisa que ele faz no caso, esse truque aí que ele faz pra jogar a moeda aí no poço é pra ele conseguir pra ele conseguir chegar no nível, pra ele upar nível um pouco rápido.
Oh, it's awful block. I guess it's kind of fun. Even though that's forbidden by Game Done Quit.
Não, esse jogo ele não tem dificuldade não. Aliás, a dificuldade que você tem no jogo é você jogar o jogo.
We're throwing the coins. Actually, not really, because I'm not losing them somehow.
A melhor classe
that I used to pick the coin up, and every time it says we're lucky, we get XP.
A melhor classe para se jogar esse jogo no caso, monge.
Okay,
E sim, E sim, Davi, no caso, o Danes tem o primeiro Hydlide. E o RNG ajudou aí que ele tava jogando a moeda no poço pra sorte, quando ele fosse na igreja, aumentar o nível dele.
And there we go. We have the rest of it. And as you might know, we're going really fast. On fastest settings, because this is a good speed game, because you can set it to fastest. You actually step.
Deixa eu dar aqui uma olhada aqui nas minhas notas aqui. Aqui no caso ele comprou ele comprou alguns itens de cura e 2 rações de comida. E também comprou uma adaga pra ir na primeira dungeon do jogo.
Every time there's a butt clench moment, so if I gasp like that, I'm going to donate $10. Even if you, so I like people to get along with this.
No caso, ele vai nessa torre aí, ele vai coletar um talismã no segundo andar. E depois ir pro quarto andar da segunda, do quarto andar. No caso, ele vai pegar esse talismã na torre pra conseguir dinheiro. Basicamente vai resolver todos os problemas monetários dele no jogo.
On fast, the game just demonstrated. Oh, that's 2. Oh, no, count that one. Okay, but so yeah, see, because you move the fastest on fastest, you also die the fastest on fastest. And I don't really want to fight enemies if I can help it, because I don't have the Stone of Warrior yet. Oh, we're fine. Okay.
Oh boy, agora deu buffer aqui no meu.
The Stone of Warrior gives me auto fire, which
Deu buffer aqui no meu.
and also give me an attack point increase. Okay, so hello vampire. So
Meu PC, maravilha.
that vampire mostly ignored me.
Então agora eu tô literalmente no escuro aqui.
It doesn't matter. Oh, dark guys. Oh, it's all good. Okay, so that is an off-screen enemy. Enemies can be one tile off-screen, and you
Desculpa a falta de comentários porque eu tô.
Why? Because super Hydlide, Gizaron. Because super Hydlide.
How are you so like calm some of these times? Like every single time was a butt clench moment for me.
So there's a very funny way the damage formula works in this game, which you might as well get into now. So it works pretty normally at first. It's the enemy's attack power times your defense power invert on 8-bit integer. So for example, if you have 0 armor, it's 255 and so forth. And then it's divided by 16. However, if you get hit down to 10 health or less, and I'm going to set the speed to slow, because if I don't, this boss will actually be impossible. It is actually, ironically, fastest to set the speed to slow at times.
Game's done slow.
And we're
Não, mas eu tô sem palavras pra esse jogo, cara. Porque é super Hydlide, velho.
Oh, yeah, see. So, Hex Smoke is incredibly random. See, ignore the name, it's actually Hex Smoke because we're PG. And, yeah, so the Tools Ninja Speeder, the Axeman, actually told me how this works. When it spawns is random, when it turns is random, and whether it turns is random. And I'm getting really terrible RNG. So now it's nighttime, as you can see. Yeah, so this game has a day-night cycle.
No caso é.
Actually, outside for too long, you will get sleepy, and eventually.
Ele diminuiu a velocidade de movimento do jogo para poder lutar contra o Hellsmoke.
Also, I'm playing it really safe because I don't want to fall off because you see all that blue sky. I'm on the top of a 199 floor tower. Yeah, I kind of fall to my death there. Oh, that's actually really good. Let's see if I get it. Oh no! Oh, missed input. It's fine.
Porque se você colocar na velocidade mais rápida, você não o boss ele vai andar rápido e você não vai conseguir lutar contra ele de direito. Creio eu que nem jogando normalmente você conseguiria, mesmo sem speedruns.
Okay, we're gonna take this really carefully. Nice. Okay, we beat the first boss. There's only 4 in this game, and now we have a class zone, so we won't fall down.
Primeiro boss já era.
Just, slowly float down because super Hydlide.
Right.
And we are gonna go to 198th floor, and then we're going to save. So we're gonna do our first grind in the game, and you have a time for a quick donation, Patty.
You got it. We have a 40.
Agora ele vai fazer um pouquinho de grind e ele vai ler. Vão ter algumas doações. Então, Davi, esse jogo ele não é um jogo originalmente de Genesis. A versão de Genesis é meio que um port, se não me engano. É um jogo, se não me engano, o jogo foi lançado para MSX ou foi para PC 98, que é um daqueles computadores japoneses lá do que a gente nunca ouviu falar.
Love you, bro. Hello, fellow angels. Thanks for ascension.
So I'm getting the Stone of Warrior because it gives me auto fire, which is very important for the first grind, and I also got the Life Water, which is just important as a marathon safety, which heals your health. Once you go down to 0, it'll heal back up to 20. And speaking of Rosentia,
no caso ele vai grindar até ter mais ou menos 5.250 pontos de experiência e chegar no nível 6 para conseguir as primeiras magias básicas.
$1,990 to make Procentia get the sub hour. I do want him to get it. So, and unlike Kid Cool, he might actually honor this promise.
Ooh. He's been trying really hard on that.
Yeah, it's a really difficult game. I hate it.
And the PC plays all sorts of...
Hydlide, o de NES, ele é o primeiro jogo da... Ele é um port do primeiro jogo da série.
But really, you just want a lot of enemies to spawn. So, interesting note about the monk and the priest actually get a 50% experience bonus before you're level 5, which is why I get up to level 4 and not level 5, so I can retain this experience bonus for the first grind. It's also worth noting that they only need half experience for the spells. Oh, the butt clench is real.
Eita.
Mike, stop.
Oh, it's not gonna stop.
Mike! No, this is so hard. You have no idea.
The life bar is supposed to be red, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, and it's worth noting that the only save points are whenever I sleep.
Quase ali que o Mike morreu ali. Agora pô.
I still couldn't bail myself out. I mean, I'm banned anyways, you know.
Oh no. Okay. We're good.
Oh, Mike, you didn't finish talking about how the life works.
Oh yeah, so it works pretty normally, you know, but once you get a hit that takes you down to
Então,
10
casual, só que não,
10 health. And after that, it just halves until you die. So it's 10, 5, 2, 1, and then you die.
Se você jogar, não sei, 5 ou 10 minutos de Hydlide, você vai ficar um tanto quanto você vai meio que duvidar do que você acabou de dizer. Porque esse jogo é o que a gente costuma chamar na comunidade de jogos de Kusoge, ou Kusogame, o vulgo jogo bosta.
I don't know though. Super Hydlide, like, I mean, virtual Hydlide, it's easier to save the frames when there's only like 8 of them.
Yeah, you know, this is true. There is no frame perfection in this game because you just go all over the place. So it's evening. That's why it's yellow. No other reason why it would be yellow. And we're actually going back to the first town because that's the only place where you can level up. You need to level up. It's also a place where we get the first tier of spells, which is very important for this speedrun. Spells are very, very good in this game.
Tá anoitecendo, por isso que tá amarelo aí. Só por isso.
Spell is actually not used very much in the run, and spells cost experience, which is why I had to do that grind. Time spell is useful for some shopping. Cure spell is useful so you don't die. Learn spell is useful for disarming chests, and the move spell is very useful.
Aí no caso ele tá aprendendo a.
Aside from this town, the first town, you have to sleep in the town. So, everyone, should I save 10 seconds, or should I take it safe?
Save.
Oh, let's do it. So just FYI, if I die here, I actually lose about 4 minutes, but it shouldn't be a problem.
No problem. Yeah. You got this.
So the reason why this is a slight risk is because once it gets to 2,300 hours, as I said before, you get sleepy. This game is a very real game. The reason why I'm collecting the rations of food is because if you don't have rations of food every 6 hours, you start to die. And the game just slowly starves you to death. When you play this game for the first time, it's actually not uncommon to die in the first town because you have no idea that you need the rations of food to live.
Shout out to Resentia for that.
Yeah, this game is a very real game. In fact, Hydlide, if you want.
Aí no caso ele tava falando aí que, por exemplo, se você jogar casualmente, você acaba meio que morrendo na primeira cidade porque.
This game provides such things as a combination of action and role playing, butt clenching moments. What is going on?
Que você acaba morrendo porque você não sabe que além de você ter o HP, você pode acabar morrendo de fome e porque não sabe que tem que comprar também rações de comida.
Okay, we're safe.
Characters graphic change with equipment.
It's true.
Okay. Realistic physics of time and weight.
You're seeing it right now. I have to sleep. If I don't sleep, I can't kill any enemies.
Specially created music and stereo sound.
Exactly. And the hot
mono. That's upsetting.
Please get out. Oh,
you know the best thing about that is that like only one model of Genesis has stereo sound, and that's only in the headphone jack.
Agora aqui é um daqueles momentos que eu tô sem palavras, mas que na verdade eu tô tentando disfarçar aqui.
But it is technically correct. You can have stereo sound.
So we're collecting the silver sword. It's important to get the best.
O meu computador não tá nos melhores dias dele.
Tune in the game, and that's all you'll hear. Because I'm not really in the overworld. That's it. Sorry. Oh. It's a good tune. I love this game's soundtrack. Yeah, I agree. Boo me. Thank you. And just like the game said, it's going.
Obrigado, Corvinite, pelo sub do.
So we're going through a secret passage to sneak by this warehouse.
Pelo sub aí do Twitch Prime.
Don't worry, we'll do that.
Por favor, spame aí seu emote de oficial. Porque essa é a retransmissão oficial da AGDQ 2020.
Actually have to check the treasure chest twice.
Oh shit.
That's the only way you can get into this dungeon. And by the way, you're supposed to have a lamp here. It's all okay. Don't worry about it. The lamp gives you one tile of light, and oh wow, that was an enemy. I guess that's a buck clench. Keeping it tight. What's happening? Okay, I need to actually be really careful on magic use here because I need at least 45 MP to both disarm the chest and use a move spell to warp out of here.
This music pops.
Exactly. This is the best song in the game. It's called Dragon. And speaking of that, we're gonna fight a dragon with 2 exclamation points.
In the dark.
Is this the path?
Pois é, 1 hora desse jogo.
Okay, now I'm a little. Okay, is that during? Okay, no, I'm fine. I just got a little confused. Oh.
Imagina você dar sub na Speedruns Brasil por causa de Hydlide.
Alright, and let's see if we have the life water attached, and we're good. We're gonna fight a dragon. Woo! Woo! So the dragon's actually pretty tough because you have to basically point blank in the head like that. We didn't quite get it in time, but that's fine. Oh, we're not supposed to.
Aliás, uma coisa, cara, Super Hydlide pode ser uma porcaria, mas tipo, a trilha dele é criminalmente melhor do que deveria ser permitido.
You know, pixel art and the great colors. In this game, I was like, ew, yucky. I can really see how ugly this game is. Alright, so, oh no, okay. We got cures for days. Oh, okay. Alright, and we have enough magic to warp out.
Aí tá lutando contra o dragão.
Best weapon in the game. Can you guess what it is?
A wolf? Oh, a dog?
Dog.
E foi.
Dog. So, sorry, please don't sue us, Disney. It's actually a lightsaber. And look at how much my attack goes up. This is actually a hidden weapon in the game. You need the silver sword to equip it. Yeah, it has about 80 attack power. And I'm good for weight. So we are zooming along, and we met joke percent. Thank all of you. We beat AGDQ in 1 incentive. I love you all. And we are going to do some shopping, so you have time for a donation, Patty.
Oh, I love when you say that. Mr. P.R. Miller donates $200.
Nice. So P.R. Miller is a self-professed Hydlide fanboy, no joke.
That sounds awful.
I mean, at least one of them.
That's good. There is a rumor that if you don't get a PB, Jim the Knight joins Smash Ultimate next month. No pressure, and good luck.
Agora ele vai comprar algumas coisas aí e vão ler as doações.
Alright, so we're gonna get a bunch of herbs from a guard. It's kind of interesting. You can get 15 herbs from this guard, but normally you can only buy 10. The bundles of herbs are important because they restore magic, and magic is very important for this run. Also, that is actually the prompt you get when you haven't triggered like the proper text for talking to an NPC. And we're gonna visit the King of the Heavenly City. Really important conversation. I wonder why I was chosen to be the king of this palace. What wisdom? I wonder why I was chosen to play this game, but you know what? Somehow people let me play this game for Awfulblock.
It's a relatable mood, Mike.
It is.
Yeah, for real. Totally.
So the King of the Water Palace must have lost the bet with the King of the Heavenly Palace, because that is the only way to access the Water Palace until you get the ID card. And as we slowly fall down a beautiful pirouette, we're gonna get a lot of quest items in this area. Not the least of which.
Meu Deus.
You know, I got the Sega crew. It's all good.
Cara, me perguntando.
Like this game too. Got to rep the Sega. I got.
Por que será que eu fui escolhido pra ser rei desse palácio?
And you know, Faust.
O cara não sabe por que ele tá ali. Parece eu comentando esse jogo.
You have got some product. It's a joke! So this game has items that are solely in there to troll you, and they're completely useless, and they are jokes. And the Japanese version says, ha ha ha, it's a joke. So the king likes eccentric things, so we give him the dragon's fang so he can raid his treasure room.
Eu vou falar, o Mike já jogou jogos piores.
So we have the stone. Oh, we're moving a bit more slowly. Okay, let's check it out. Oh wow, it's 10,000 weight. Okay, well, let's. It's heavy.
Yeah.
It's a joke. And so for those who are wondering how slow a speed works, it's a good workout. Really get to see the scenery of this game. All its beautiful browns and yellows.
Basicamente o item que ele comprou ali no...
Even if you're non-encumbered, this is how fast you move and slowest.
Eu acho que foi, Davi.
So that's why there's no slowest percent, because we would be behind another 3 hours. It says Jim Scroll. That is actually Jim Scroll. It's a mistranslation from the Japanese. But that's because Jim is like is the hero of the original Hydlide. And this is the ointment. Very important item. The cracked skin has healed.
Pois é. Tipo, o tempo do... O tempo do Mike é menos... O bebê do Mike é menos de 40 minutos. Se não me engano, acho que é 36 e alguma coisa assim nessa pá. Ou é 26, eu não sei, eu li errado, cara.
It's a joke!
I don't know what to take seriously anymore.
And we have the brush. Your smelly feet has been cured. It's a joke! I'm sorry if the room was a bit smelly. I've used the brush. I'm not smelly anymore. So we're gonna get 2 more levels here?
Meu Deus do céu.
Got a donation from SSF for $2 million.
Second grind.
Just kidding. It's a $101.
All refreshed. My body feels energized. It's going to be a great day. Isn't it a great day, everyone? 4:30 a.m. Game Prime Gamer O'Clock.
I'm crying.
If you're crying now, you're gonna cry at this grind queue.
Yeah,
so here's the actual.
I don't know.
Here's the actual quest item. And by the way, you can actually throw away quest items and soft lock yourself. And they do weigh something, so you can't encumber yourself with the weight. That's why I was moving so slowly when I had the stone. And this is the quote-unquote safest grind of the game, as you can see right there. Don't worry, the butt clench is still real. I had more than 10 health, it's all good. I can take at least 4 hits.
Okay.
But those 4 hits happen in a quarter second, so it's not really that safe.
Esse é o bloco dos jogos zoados.
When I think of a deadly dungeon filled with a bunch of monsters, I think smooth elevator jazz music.
Yep. Ooh, did I actually? No, I did not. That's good.
Whoa, Star Wars really changed.
Yeah. So I'm encumbered because bronze shield drops. The bronze shield drops from these enemies are random. You can kill 10 and get none. You can kill 10 and get like 5 or 6. And you can turn encumbered not just from moving more slowly, you turn more slowly because maximum physics of time and weight.
Eu diria que pelo menos Final Fantasy VIII se encaixaria nessa categoria do jogo zoado.
So basically, the warrior is not so great.
Mas isso é opinião pessoal. Tem gente que acha bom.
It doesn't get the experience bonus that the monk does, and it doesn't really gain as much attack power as the monk does in the long run. Ow. The thief is a really bad class. It looks good because it has like high strength and high health to start off with, but you get no spells. Like I would not even be able. I'd maybe be able to cast 1 spell and not even the move spell if I was playing the thief and I was this level right now. And also, I would actually be too stupid to push the grave that took me to the dragon. That's actually an intelligence check, and the thief is really dumb because you have to be smart enough to push a grave. The priest gets the bonuses that the monk gets, and also the half XP for the spells, the first tier. But its physical stats are so weak that it's not really as strong as the monk. Okay, that's another butt clench. I'm at least at 10 right now.
Yes, you are at 10.
Oh, I'm actually at 10. Okay, and you have time for some donations because I'm going to be here for a while.
You got it. We've got a donation from Royal Blue Wizard for 25 smackaroonies.
Nice.
Super Hydlide is definitely the best Hydlide. Good luck to Mike and his sing-along. Oh, and the game he's playing too. Shout out to Awful Block, the best block. And everyone.
Caso ele tá falando sobre as classes de jogo e que, por exemplo, assim, a classe mais otimizada para fazer uma run é a classe mais balanceada para fazer uma run e mais safe, no caso, é a do é a de Monk, no caso monge.
It's for $101 and they say it's a joke. I love it. We've got a $500 donation from Clay.
Pô. Eu falando de, por exemplo, daqui a pouco não, logo mais tarde, vai ter Sword of Blackstone, que é um jogo de PC bastante zoado. It's a joke.
You'll have bad taste, but that's why we love you. It's not like we don't. Exactly.
Got $100 from her doctor. Awful Block. His best block. I agree. Let's get some cheers for that. Come on, it's Awful Block.
Sim, o jogo brasileiro já foi o Blazing Chrome foi ontem, logo depois de conta, né?
Health gain of this run has actually been pretty good so far, so that is a fortunate thing. Health actually ends up being your most important stat for the end game, simply because of the final boss, which I'll explain once I get to the final boss. And now we're doing another shopping trip to just stock up on supplies. As you see, you need as many supplies as possible. We use the time
Quem ia ficar aqui comigo era o Hugo,
with the realistic physics of time and weight,
inclusive.
close at night.
Celeste vai ser na sexta-feira. Sexta-feira é conhecido como amanhã. Então, Marcelo, o jogo brasileiro foi Blazing Chrome.
Time for one more donation.
Excellent. We have a $100 donation from the Axeman. Big thanks to Mike for introducing
ele tá
Hydlide is one of the most interesting
boiando.
high quality games.
Eu quase não acordei também, cara.
It's a joke.
I love it. So we're going to do a mini grind here. We're only going to go to 6,000 experience here. And then we're going to go through the rest of the dungeon.
Aí no caso ele tá fazendo umas comprinhas aí na loja que não funciona à noite.
We are on actually somewhat tight time constraints here because it is actually we only have so much time to go through the dungeon like this.
Olha só aí.
Actually happening pretty well so far. Those turrets are pretty dangerous, but fortunately what's nice.
Obrigado por me introduzir a Super Hydlide, um dos jogos mais bem feitos e mais interessantes que eu já vi. It's a joke!
And they are quicker to kill and not as deadly as the turrets. And the turrets can't spawn.
Então,
they're stationary. Also worth noting that there is a limit of 4 enemies on the screen.
Esse pra quem quiser ver a lista de jogos aí exclamação agenda.
One down there, wow, okay, really good spawns. Actually. Oh, hello, video game. Thank you for the bronze shield.
Ele tá fazendo mais um grinding aí, mais um pouquinho de grinding.
You got it. We got a $20 donation from, and I'm probably gonna mess this up, Giorno Giovanna. They say, hi GDQ, I'm watching this in live for the first time just because of this super game. Super Hydlide, it's a joke!
O Davi tá fazendo o que pode pra ralar peito.
Greetings from South Korea.
Eu tô vendo, ele tá querendo fugir do Awful Block. Isso porque a gente ainda nem chegou em Mega Man 3 e Barbie.
So once we get to 6,000 experience, which we have, we're going to go through the rest of the dungeon. There's some important items we do want to pick up in this dungeon. And we're mostly going to do in the fast speed because, as I said, fastest is the fastest way to move. But fast, you have the equal amount of DPS because it's 2-frame auto fire. And we have the Sun Oil, very important quest item. We have to use it right away. And it will save you from the heat. It's a joke!
Sim, Barbie é hoje.
So if you're wondering about Sun Oil,
Barbie, um jogo que o nosso amigo Cezinha ama.
The truth is that in Japanese, sun oil is suntan lotion, and it's just a direct translation from the Japanese.
Cara, o Cezinha no podcast, ele tava revoltado que ia ter Barbie, cara. O cara passou o podcast todo. Não, não é possível. Não, eu não aceito.
The runners, the staff, the audience, the animals harmed during the Amherst run. Everyone. You all make this event something I look forward to time and time again. Awful blog. Hi.
Alright, so you can disable these
Daí
lasers.
deixa eu dar
They don't kill you, although that defender will. But it takes too long to disable the lasers.
Esses lasers aí, eles não te matam.
Yeah, this game is not for people prone with weak hearts. This is a game that steals yourself against all sorts of danger. And now we're gonna get the spacesuit, which is actually a pretty good suit of armor. It gives us 40 armor class, if I remember correctly. So it lets us take another hit or two, which doesn't really make much difference because that's like another frame or two of damage that we can take.
No caso, ele acabou de pegar aí a spacesuit que diminui
It's kind of messed up after all the bad games I played because I actually legitimately like this.
Pessoal, let Mineirinho die, cara. Pelo amor de Deus.
Not good and really cheap like that with the off-screen enemies. But guess what? There's never any downtime. It is a unique combination of action and role-playing, and we're gonna get a space compass. Oh, in the chest there's nothing. There appears to be something inside. So that is the game's very poor way of telling you that you have not triggered the space compass. To trigger the space compass, you actually have to go to a computer console on the opposite side of the floor and observe it twice so you can know about the lore of the previous denizens of Fairyland. Whoa! Okay, that's another butt clench. Where am I at right now?
16.
Okay, sounds about right. Okay, I have to be very aware of my magic at this point because again, I need to be able to cast a move spell and disarm the chest. And if I'm not able to do that, I'm actually really screwed here because if you cannot disarm a chest, you never get to what's inside the chest. And as you can see, I've actually traveled a long ways into this dungeon to get the space compass. And so Kizaran.
Agora ele tava recuperando aí a magia pra conseguir
the list had no Super Nintendo RPGs. There were no Final Fantasies because the author said this. They're all bad except for 1, 2, 9, and Tactics. I think the author said.
Right. God.
And so, did you want to read the first paragraph of the review?
Yeah. Okay. Yes. So, oddly, when I posted this at number 27, I thought this would throw out all my credibility. But I love this game. Instead, I was greeted by a ton of letters from people who love this game, people who were rabid fans of the first Hydlide, and even people who went out and tried SH from my comments and came back saying, "Wow, it is good."
So that treasure chest is booby trapped now that you caught.
Meu Deus.
It's not a joke, sadly.
Yeah, I was about to say that is a joke.
It's not a joke. Yep, that is true. And we're gonna go to the shop again to stock up. So, do you also want to read the last paragraph of that interview, Keithron?
Sure thing. If I can get unbanned.
Well, not the last paragraph, but the last paragraph I've highlighted.
Not that one.
It's a ways in. It's about a 7-page review, and it was so cursed that I had to print each page one at a time.
How many pages is this?
He writes a love letter about Super Hydlide and its realistic physics and time of waits.
Does it start with? Did you actually highlight it?
Yeah, I'm curious where this is supposed to
Did you highlight the entirety of the paragraph or just like the first sentence?
He's highlighted the entire thing because
it's worth it.
I can just picture Mike just going through this.
I don't know. Let me check the rations of food.
All right, I'm getting banned again, I guess, because I can't find a paragraph you want me to
Meu Deus.
All these things thing?
Should be.
There you go. I suck at my job.
Yes, that's it. It's the look at all these things.
Very good. I am banned. Look at all
Não tô
these
falando aí que vai ser banido porque não tá conseguindo achar o...
game that forces you to
o...
think and scrimp and decide what you really needed to survive.
I'm gonna pause you for a second because we're actually going into space. And as everyone knows, it's anti-gravity.
Mandando
So we're going
aquele...
into space.
Right.
Anyway, go on.
All right.
E agora aí, caiu.
And it is. It was Morrowind before there was more.
Yeah. What?
No espaço.
Yeah. Hey, it has a weight system. There's a day-night cycle. You have to sleep. No. You have to eat. Oh, by the way, so space is actually not random. We don't technically need the space compass. And anyone who says space is infinitely big, like all those scientists do, are very vast, it's actually a 32 by 32 grid. The spaceship...
Isso aí não é...
What is randomized is the position you enter in. It is a 7 by 7 grid in the center, and you can land in any one of those squares.
Isso aí tá explicando que esse mapa aí do espaço ele não é aleatório. O que é aleatório é meio que a posição que você spawna nele no começo. É uma...
And you didn't get the coin trick in those versions. Then they made Super Hydlide, and then they released it to America, and then they were like, I don't think Americans want to grind as much. So they halved all of the experience requirements for the American version, which means if I were playing this on the Japanese version, I would spend at least like an extra 10 or 15 minutes like just grinding for levels.
As an American, they're right.
Aí ele tá explicando que a versão americana de Super Hydlide ela é mais fácil que a japonesa, porque dá pra você usar alguns exploits pra você ganhar mais XP. Agora eu imagino o pesadelo que deve ser a versão japonesa de Super Hydlide.
The Space Penguins. The Space Penguins are the best to kill because they're very easy to kill, being a good enemy, so they put up almost no resistance. The Geysers are good to kill because they give a lot of experience. Those Purple Knights, the Garbas, are not really good experience. So you don't want them, but you do want to get rid of them if they're taking up the screen.
Ele tá grindando um pouquinho e de preferência matando os pinguins do espaço porque eles são fáceis de matar e dão uma boa quantidade de XP.
Awesome. We've got a donation from Macaw, 45.
Ooh, I like it. The Spicy Games champion finds a good point in every bad game, and this is a game he really loves.
He says, Mike, don't die 3 steps away from the end, please. Hydlide is the king of games.
So, interesting fact, Hydlide is actually pretty well regarded among Japanese gamers, or at least Japanese retro gamers, and it's all a matter of timing. This game came out in 1990 in America. The original Japanese PC versions, like which are on Japanese PCs, such as PC 98, the MSX, and the like, came out in 1987, so it's very revolutionary for its time. It is worth noting that Hideki Kamiya, the director of
E olha só,
says this is one of his favorite games because it was such a hard game, which is honestly not wrong.
Agora ele explicou aí que no caso a versão japonesa de MSX e PC98 é de 1987, enquanto que a versão de Mega saiu em 90. Então o jogo, quando ele saiu aqui, o jogo ele já era considerado meio obsoleto.
$2,500 donation, but with realistic time and weight, it only comes out to about 25. It's a joke.
I love it. So we're to the Cave of the Dead to get the Time Door Talisman, which lets us get into first dimension.
Agora ele vai na caverna pegar um talismã.
So Keyzarn, what are your thoughts on this game so far?
Your space is better than my space.
Okay, so
you got to do stuff.
We have an important item, the stick. We need to use it. May the divine presence be with you. It's a joke! And that is the final joke item in the game. We have completed joke %. Woo! Yeah, Joe!
E aí?
Thanks everyone for donating.
Ah,
It was a lot of fun.
agora eles completaram o meme aí do...
Use the time
da...
and now we don't return to the subterranean city.
There's still plenty of jokes here if you'd like to hear some.
Do incentivo de você achar todos os It's a Joke do jogo.
It's actually a Narita no Omamori, which is like a talisman in Japanese. Narita being a very famous city for having an airport and temple in Japan. We're going to use the illusion spell to just get that guy off us. And, the talismans are used for all sorts of things like good luck, financial wealth, good grades and stuff like that. And okay, we're starving. It's okay. It's okay. We're starving to death because it's 1,300 hours and I actually don't have a ration of food right now. Okay, but we can still cure ourselves. Not a joke. All right, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna zoom to the inn. Oh wow.
I mean, when I'm hungry, it does feel like this.
It does. Okay, we got to the end. Okay. I was one ration short. I will be buying rations in the shop here, so it'll all be good.
Ele vai comprar mais rações de comida no shopping, na loja pra... Davi, você tem algum problema, né? Você tá falando que você se divertiu com Hydlide de NES. Você tem algum problema, cara. Não é possível.
Who even needs an alarm clock to wake them up when we have your amazing singing voice paired with this gaming classic? Good luck to you and the rest of the runners.
We don't need a space compass anymore because we're not going to space. And...
Tenta jogar hoje em dia pra você ver.
I agree.
Okay, so our health is actually very high for this.
Se bem que eu entendo você... Fala que criança curte qualquer merda, cara. Porque eu lembro que quando eu era pequeno eu curtia aquele James Bond Jr. Fui jogar depois de adulto. Olha. Eu me pergunto como eu conseguia jogar aquilo. Porque James Bond Jr. é muito ruim. Eu acho que...
And we get the song Dragon again, the best song in the game, the rockin' power metal, and we're just gonna try to navigate through this dungeon and not get brutally murdered because this is this is
essa agora aí foi o momento Monka S aí.
So how many butt clenches or heart attacks are we at, NPC?
21.
Okay, that's actually pretty good. This is actually really good RNG for
You're doing great.
I mean, I've had more.
É, contagem aí de quase mortes aí do Mike. 21.
Okay, so that enemy is a half tile below me, and that's why I couldn't hit it.
Mike, please. Mike,
I'm not trying to.
I don't believe you. It's a joke.
That skeleton is in the worst spot. I have to come out. Okay, we're good. Oh, okay.
I crushed my breakfast.
Ué, ó. Sessão Monka S aí agora, total.
I would love to sing it out for you, but we don't really have the time. We're running behind, but we set the speed to slowest for Viralis, so we can beat him fast. And wait low. Okay, I did it a little bit. So we are now good to beat up Viralis, and it's a really strategic fight of just getting him point blank and hitting him in the face. He has 400 health, 200 magic points.
What a big boy!
Will heal himself at 100 health,
Mike,
but you can bypass that. Whatever, it's fine. I have at least 2 items via pixel. Why would you do this? I have at least 1 spare hit. Yeah, he's dead.
Então.
I'm not not clapping for you.
Boss battle muito difícil.
Wow, and I wasted all those claps in Animorphs. I don't know, Keith. And I was the one who actually supported you. What is this, Keezeron? I thought we were doing a commentary exchange program, know a little bit more about our games, but you're just insulting me.
I'm clapping.
Hurt my feelings, Keys.
I'm still bad.
Então, dos segredos desse jogo aí é que, tipo assim,
So we're not a very good Jedi because we're about to.
a questão é que quanto mais você apanha, menos dano você leva. Tipo assim. E sim, ele quase morreu, mas tipo assim, vamos supor que de um HP de 20, o primeiro hit que ele toma tira metade, aí o segundo tira metade de novo, aí vai metade, 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 tipo assim. Ele vai recebendo menos dano conforme ele apanha.
It's me, one of the coins you threw in the water. Why did you abandon me? I saw you got lucky with the other coins. I should have known all along you wouldn't change. It's a challenge!
So I have the Fairy Maid mail, what I also like to call the Mail of Fairy Maid because of the translation of this game. And it has the best armor that we can afford. And let me see, yep, we got life water, we have plenty of rations of food.
Agora ele conseguiu a melhor armadura do jogo.
So we're going to take a slight detour here because we need the exit door talisman to be able to exit this dungeon. So the game can soft lock you in right of ways, but it won't let you save in the final dungeon, so you don't soft lock yourself. So we're going to talk to this guy. If you have the idol statue of Viralis,
agora ele vai fazer pequeno desvio para pegar talismã.
Time is located to the northeast of this city. Once you go in, there is no way out unless you have this talisman. Here, you can have this talisman. I no longer have any use for it. If you have the talisman, you can return through the Door of Time. No human has ever seen the Kaizak. The fairy and I went through the Door of Time together, but I think the fairy was captured by the Kaizak. See, Hydlide and Virtual Hydlide only had Viralis. We beat him, and now we're fighting the Kaizak, not just any final boss. Kaizak's weakness? Try to understand his movements. Actual good advice. The rest is up to you. Are you the chosen one? Well, I killed an entire race of space penguins, which are fighting for the greater good. I sold my lightsaber, and my morality, if it could go in the negatives, would be around -12. So I'm not a good chosen one, but I'm the one Awful Block deserves. You've been a great audience so far, and we're going to the final dungeon, which is very long and very dangerous, and I'm checking my items.
Agora, enfim, o Calvário tá chegando ao final, estamos indo aí pra dungeon final do jogo. And it's not a joke.
Mike, all I can say is...
all I can say is...
all I can say is please.
Nossa, agora aí.
The worst run I've seen.
Deu uma beijada aí no inimigo.
This is great. You're doing amazing.
Thank you. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so it says it needs to be midnight, but actually just needs to be nighttime, so you can use Statue of Viralis to get into the final dungeon. And here's the final dungeon, which I love this game soundtrack, but this one's a little high-pitched. Just a little. I hate this. Oh no. Already good start.
Musiquinha aí nem pouco irritante.
Because you're not going to get experience because we're not going to go back. To actually exit this dungeon, you cannot use the move spell. You actually have to go back to the very beginning where I entered. And then use the exit door talisman. We're not going to do that. The reason why...
E você não pode usar, no caso, a magia spell nessa dungeon.
Pretty much more money than we got throughout the entire game.
Por alguma razão.
So you normally can't afford it, but there is one in this dungeon, and we're going to use that as a marathon safety. And also, if it looks like I'm going a bit slowly through this area, you know, with the bottomless pits and the dangerous-looking dark, you know, no rails and stuff because it's not OSHA compliant, yeah, those are bottomless pits, and the Cloudstone won't save you at this point. So you will just immediately game over. So that's why I'm taking my time a little bit here to just...
Aí, no caso, aí ele tá indo com um pouco de cuidado porque a habilidade lá que ele conseguiu na primeira dungeon lá do Cloud, da nuvem, não vai salvar ele de cair nesses poços aí escuros.
It's unfortunate that he couldn't make it to this marathon, so I'd just like to give him a big shout out for just being a great presence for the Awful Block and the Custo Grande community in general. There's also the Axeman, who actually was inspired to help me by this game because I ran an RPG Limit Break and he really liked the game. And he was the one who helped figure out space and everything. Really helpful presence and helped me reroute the game. The record used to be a 42-31, and then I was able to push it down to a 36-41 thanks to all of the tips and info that he gave me. And he also figured out the damage formula, which is how I know how I'm butt clenching, but it doesn't matter because I'm gonna butt clench anyway. So we talked to the fairy. The fairy is the only way you can see Kaisak. It is your eyes. So that's Zod, as you can see in the bottom right corner. Little angry about Superman 2. You know, in that two-dimensional prison. This is actually the two-dimensional prison that Zod is stuck in, which is why it's so angry. I mean, I'd be angry if I was stuck in this game too, so you know. And you have time for some donations while I go back and get the fairy now that I've unlocked its prison.
You thought it was a joke, but it was me, Dio! Thank you, Dio Brandon, for the $10. Mozg donates 5.
Agora aí ele foi lá, desbloqueou a prisão da fada e tá voltando pra pegar a fada lá. Vai provavelmente fazer alguma coisa relacionada ao boss final. Maybe.
There's the fairy. Thank you for saving me. Now let's go at Kaisak. I will become your eyes. So here's the fairy. You've cruelly plucked out its eyes just so you can see Kaisak. Being a low morality hero, just not a very good person, but you got to save the day somehow. And we're gonna do one more thing before we actually go to the final boss, which is get the camping gear. This is technically not necessary, but I want to get this because I want to be able to save before Kaisak. Because dying Kaisak with the camping gear, you maybe lose 30 to 40 seconds if you fail Kaisak. Dying without the camping gear, I have to do this entire dungeon all over again, and it is over 5 minutes. I have to approach this treasure chest from the top. There's actually a trap tile to the left of it. If I touch that, it will actually teleport me to earlier in the dungeon. So we're gonna open up with magic, camping gear, probably gonna be encumbered. Yeah, that's fine. We can throw away our money. Money does have weight in this game, which is really convenient, which is great for managing all of your weight and everything. And let's see. Oh no, I can use my bundles of herbs.
Ele tá jogando o dinheiro fora porque o dinheiro é.
Still pissed about Superman 2.
Ele bota do. Ele.
So keys are on.
Ele pesa no seu inventário, por assim dizer. Então ele tá jogando o dinheiro fora porque já tá na dungeon final.
It's very action packed. There's no downtime. Really gets your adrenaline pumping because it's always exciting. So how many butt clenches are we at NPC?
28.
That's actually just a shockingly low number. I was expecting more like 40 or 50.
Well, I can change the number if you want me to.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I will still donate $10 per butt clench. It's all good for this donation drive. And ow. Okay, and we're about to fight the final boss. The final boss takes a lot of explanation. I'm not really gonna have time to explain.
Ele continua aí
indo. Pimples, shoot it in the mouth so it's not shooting.
Ele continua aí.
Oh, thank you, Zod.
Continua aí.
Where's the strong? Oh no, I have.
And
we're gonna use the illusion spell to get this enemy away from me. And, okay, we're good. So we are going to use the camping gear to set a save point. Where is camping gear? There it is. So item locations are somewhat randomized, which is why I'm sometimes stumbling around the menus. Time to sleep. Good night, and we're good to go. We do want to use the fake medicine to make sure we're invincible, so we have full health for the boss, because this is actually where the health comes in.
Ele usou aí camping gear pra marcar ali save point ali.
We're gonna change speed to fastest because that is the best way to kill this boss. So are you all ready for Kaisak?
Eu já nem sei mais quem eu sou.
The Kaisak. I'm sorry, Liz. Gotta respect the lore. As the lore master of Super Hydlide, if you have the world record in this game, you can be the lore master, like me. Welcome, mortals. I am Kaisak, the Lord in Darkness and your creator. It is a pity you must die here. You can see me, but can you destroy me? Well, let's see. So we gotta hit the mouth so it's not shooting at us. We gotta pop the pimples so we can actually kill this boss. It's a blaster master boss.
Oh no, I hate it. What is that?
It's Kaisak.
The Kaisak.
Oh yeah, the Kaisak.
Ah tá, e tem que destruir primeiro ali a.
Oh way. That's fine. So Keys Run, how do you think I defeat this boss?
Ele tem que destruir as bolotas pra poder causar dano ao boss.
Actually, you need to give a stomachache. Time will be when my health starts dropping. It says I have acquired. Time.
E tempo.
I would love to show off the ending of
GG.
Unfortunately, we're running way behind schedule. So this game actually has a very weird ending. Basically, Kaizak says, you know, I created this universe. You know, by mere mortal like me, I created this universe. The fairies, everything, fairyland, woo! And then he goes, but I made one mistake. I created you in my likeness. Only you were my antithesis. And which is basically the game is implying that Kaizak is God and you're the devil. And after that, the whole world explodes. It says, "It's me, Dio." It was floating in the emptiness, and then through Deus Ex Machina, the world is restored. And my only request is, what was my time?
53:13.
Higher than Animorphs. Okay, Mike.
Fair enough. Anyway, that's super Hydlide, so I hope everyone enjoyed that. And if you thought...
E aí ele explicou mais ou menos o final do jogo. Fala que o Final Boss, ele resumindo, o Final Boss ele é meio que o deus daquele mundo. E esse foi Super Hydlide.